Hello, this is Stephen Melendrez, illustrator, sculptor, model maker, designer for the Natural History Museum in Los Angeles. About 15 years. Did a lot of different things. And this is repeating, I know, but some people have never seen any of my videos, and so I have to explain who I am. I'm a middle school art teacher, but I've taught all levels from kindergarten to college. And I'm doing a series of video post-its for my daughter. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, you may understand this. But I also like to explain the life and times of a museum artist, especially Natural History Museum, and done a lot of things. And if you've seen some of my other videos, you have an idea. But haven't talked about the whale show we created. And this was created by Serena, which if you've seen my first 3 hours at the museum, you'll know who she is. So she also made this show. But this is when I've been around a little bit longer. And at that time I was known as a model maker, not an illustrator, for obvious reasons. Anyway, I have a lot of sculptures in LA and in that area, and my name is not on any of them. And it's just the way it is. And I wanted to talk about an experience in one of those things where you never know what you're going to be doing. Okay, so now I know this is probably backwards, but this is the book that was produced by the museum, and it's not necessary, but it's nice. I don't know if you can see this, but right in here, my name is here, so I was included in this book. Now, the way things work is hang on a sec here. And this is something I'm used to. It's just the way things are. This is actually a life-size Minke Whale. You can see that I sculpted. And, you know, like I said, everything's a prototype. And so, of course, it is going to have the mouth open. They wanted to show the tongue and the baleen underneath there. And my job was to figure out how to do this. So anyway, I did the baleen. I actually bought several boxes of those barbecue brushes that are in white. And I just cut all the bristles and then shingled them inside the roof of the mouth so that it looks like baleen. And it looked really like baleen. It just worked out pretty well. But as usual, down here, instead of giving me credit for what I did, photograph by Dick. So the person who took the photograph was known because it's a copyright thing. So the sculpture didn't make any difference. It was the photograph that counts. Now, let me see if I can find that one. Okay, so this is the one I wanted to talk about. And it's like one of those things where you never know what you're going to be doing. And this is what I use for my students. And I'll see if I can get close on that. Those are whale lice. Every species of whale has their own lice. And they just live on that whale until they die. And they just move around, and they have these giant hooks that hang on. So when the whale dives, they just hang on until they get air again. And that ended up being one of my jobs. And I showed it to the kids, and they're pretty good size. You know, we're talking big compared to the human lice. Anyway, so we had a whale that washed up, and they wanted me to make a mold of the lice. And I was thinking, oh, this is great. So I'm not going to have to sculpt every little lice thing in the barnacle and everything. I'll just take a mold. So I made the urethane mold and forgot. They're living creatures. They need air to breathe. So when I poured the silicone, let it dry, anyway, pulled it off, I saw some lice in there, but the ones that I was interested in suffocated and released the hook from the barnacle and floated inside the silicone. Anyway, so I had to get a scalpel, and under a magnification, I had to try to cut around, try to find them, because you couldn't see where they were at because it wasn't see-through silicone. And when I would find one, of course, I had to cut in and try to pull out parts. So this is sick. So as I'm cutting and taking out and pulling out, whale lice and chunks of whale lice are just hitting me all over the place. I was just covered in pieces of whale lice. Again, an experience that I wouldn't wish upon anybody, but it was necessary, and sometimes you got to take one for the team. Anyway, so I just want to show you the model I made of course, this looked like this color. It was my job to go in there and paint it to make them look like what they looked like when they were crawling around on the barnacles. So it turned out okay. I would probably do it differently, but this is the results of that little project. Anyway, so I just wanted to do a little something. I don't know if this is going to be attached to just a Life in the Times for my videos for my daughter, or this will be an attachment to something that I'm going to paint related to whales. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. Be careful out there.